This is Trapper's Avatar, powered by Grown Man Productions, and you have to reach millions. Let me ask you something. When you sit down to prompt AI, do you act like a civilian or like a soldier on a mission? Because prompting AI isn't random. It's strategy. It's communication under pressure. It's clarity, discipline, and execution, the same principles that make a good unit unstoppable. If you've ever wondered why some people type a single sentence into ChatGPT and get garbage while others build empires, it's because the best prompters think like leaders. They plan the mission, they command the AI, and they adjust fire until the objective is met. And I can talk about this because I lived it. There are 9 enlistment grades in the Army. I made 6 of them in 5 years and was up for my 7th by year 8. When I say I took to the Army like Forrest Gump or a duck to water, I mean it. I wasn't just a sergeant. Sergeants worked for me. And you know what the Army taught me? How to communicate under pressure, how to give orders that can't be misunderstood, how to get results fast. That's why today I want to teach you how to prompt like you're in the military. So before we jump into formation, you know the drill: join, like, and subscribe. It helps this channel grow, it keeps the mission moving, and it makes sure you never miss another episode of AI Prompt Mastery. All right, fall in, let's move out. Section 1, the mission: why precision prompts matter. In the military, a mission order has 5 parts: situation, mission, execution, service and support, and command and signal. Every line is about clarity, no room for confusion, no space for guesswork. Because when bullets fly, clarity saves lives. AI is not a battlefield, but it operates under the same principle. The clearer the command, the cleaner the result. A vague prompt is like a lazy order. If you tell a soldier, go handle that thing over there, you might as well prepare for chaos. But if you say, Specialist Rodriguez, move to grid 2379, secure the north perimeter, and report back by 0400, everyone knows what's expected. AI is no different. If you type, write me a social media post, you'll get noise. But if you say, you are a digital marketing NCO, create 3 motivational LinkedIn posts for veteran entrepreneurs, tone confident but humble, limit to 150 words each. That's mission ready. When you start prompting with a soldier's clarity and an officer's structure, the AI responds like a trained unit: precise, efficient, disciplined. Prompt drill. Number 1, act as my operations planner. Create a brief for objective, including situation, mission, execution steps, and timeline. That structure alone will 10 times the quality of your results. Section 2, command structure: how military thinking improves. Prompting. The Army runs on chain of command, clear roles and responsibilities. When I was in, we knew exactly who gave orders and who executed them. No guessing, no freelancing. That's why things work. Your AI workflow needs the same command structure. Every AI you use, ChatGPT, Gemini, Midjourney, Canva, Pika, should have a defined role in your operation. Treat each tool like a specialist on your team. ChatGPT is your intel officer, planning, research, strategy. Canva is your visual squad, design, graphics, presentation. 11 Labs is your communications unit, voice, delivery, message. Pika or Runway are your media engineers. Video assets, motion, execution. When you run them as a team, you create what the military calls combined arms. Multiple forces working together for dominance. Prompt drill number 2, serve as my role. Coordinate with other to achieve objective. Report back with steps, timing, and resources. That prompt teaches AI to think in roles, not just tasks, which is how command structures win wars and build brands. Section 3, Rules of Engagement. Clear, structured, decisive prompts. Every mission starts with rules of engagement, the boundaries of what you can and can't do. Those limits protect soldiers from chaos and keep missions focused. When you're prompting, you need your own rules of engagement. AI will try to interpret whatever you feed it, so if your prompt is sloppy, the mission will fail before it begins. Here are your prompt ROEs. Rule 1. Define the objective clearly. What do you actually want the AI to achieve? A post, a pitch, a policy draft? Be specific. Vague intent equals vague results. Rule 2. Establish the role. Who is the AI in this mission? A strategist? A recruiter? A drill sergeant? Assign the role. Don't leave it open. Rule 3. Clarify the format and constraints. Length, tone, structure, audience. The more the AI understands your perimeter, the better it performs inside it. Rule 4. Demand accountability. In the military, we use the phrase trust but verify. AI is powerful, but it still hallucinates. Always check the intel before acting on it. Let me show you how those 4 rules transform a prompt. Weak prompt. Write me a motivational post. Military grade prompt. You are a motivational coach for entrepreneurs. Write a 100-word LinkedIn post about resilience after failure. Use a confident but empathetic tone. End with one actionable takeaway. That's an order, not a suggestion. AI respects authority, and clear authority comes from structured communication. If you act like a commander, your AI will execute like a trained soldier. Section 4, Discipline in the details. The difference between a good soldier and a great one is discipline. Not just the big actions, but the small habits that make excellence automatic. The same applies to prompting. Anyone can write a decent prompt, but a disciplined prompter builds systems patterns, templates, and precision. Here's what I mean. When I was serving, every piece of gear had its place. Every uniform had its inspection standard. Every plan had a backup plan. That mindset carries into how I work with AI. I don't wing it. I standardize my prompts like field manuals. Prompt templates. Example, mission brief. Template, you are role. Objective, goal, provide steps, timeline, resources, and risks. After action review. Template, analyze this output. Identify what worked, what didn't, and how to improve it next time. Intel report. Template, summarize this document for decision making. Highlight red flags, patterns, and actionable insights. Discipline isn't glamorous, it's effective. That's how you scale your creativity. And just like in the Army, you don't just train once and call it done. You repeat, refine, and review. Prompt. Assess, adjust, repeat. Prompt drill. Number 3, create a standard operating procedure. SOP for my prompt library include naming conventions, tags, and categories. That one will save you hours every week. Section 5, situational awareness, reading AI's responses. Like intel reports, in the field, situational awareness is everything. If you misread your environment, you could walk straight into an ambush. In AI, situational awareness means knowing what your model is giving you and what it's not. Every response is an intel report. Your job is to interpret it, not just accept it. When I was deployed, we'd get briefings packed with data maps, weather, troop movement, but the smart leaders always ask the next question. What does this mean for our mission? You have to do the same thing with AI. Don't just read the text, analyze the subtext. Ask, is this factual or speculative? Is the tone matching my intent? Did it skip over something critical? What's missing? If you train yourself to read I like intel, you'll spot gaps fast. Prompt drill number 4. Review this output as an intelligence officer. Identify missing details, unsupported claims, and next steps for deeper research. Quality improves when you start thinking like an analyst instead of a consumer. Section 6. Real-world examples of tactical prompting. Now that you understand structure and discipline, let's talk about execution tactical prompting in real life. When soldiers train, they don't just memorize theory, they drill, they practice under pressure until response becomes instinct. Prompting is no different. The more you practice, the more you can operate under any condition, whether you're building a business plan, scripting a video, or solving a problem you've never faced before. Let me give you a few examples, straight from my own operations. Example 1, mission brief prompting. When I was developing new video ideas for this channel, I didn't just ask ChatGPT to give me ideas. I gave it a mission. You are my content strategist. Objective: develop 5 AI education video concepts for entrepreneurs. Include target audience, mission goal, key takeaway, and estimated runtime. That's not brainstorming, that's a mission order. The result: clear, structured concepts that required almost no editing. AI followed orders because the prompt had a chain of command built in. Example 2, logistics and supply prompts. In the Army, logistics win wars. In business, they win markets. I use AI to manage resources the same way. You are my operations officer. Create a 30-day production calendar with required tools, estimated costs, and checkpoints. AI turned what could have been chaos into a coordinated operation. Example 3, leadership prompts. Even leadership can be improved through tactical prompting. You are a command sergeant major mentoring new team leaders. Write a 3-paragraph message about accountability, trust, and integrity. I've used versions of that to craft internal memos, motivational posts, and even team briefings, because leadership is leadership whether it's a platoon or a production team. Example 4, reconnaissance prompts. When planning a new campaign, I treat AI like recon. Serve as my intelligence officer, analyze current AI, education trends on YouTube, report top performing keywords, emerging topics, and threats to growth. It brings back the intel. Then I decide on the next move. That's tactical prompting, every line written with purpose, every objective measurable, every result actionable. Section 7, Debrief. Lessons for business, creativity, and life. When a mission ends, the Army conducts an after-action review. We sit down and ask 3 questions. What was supposed to happen? What actually happened? What can we improve for next time? You can apply the same system to AI. After every major project, debrief your process. Did the AI follow your intent? Were your prompts clear enough? Where did it misunderstand or drift? What could you adjust next time to make results faster or sharper? That habit alone separates the amateurs from the pros. Here's a prompt that will make this automatic. Conduct an after-action review of our last project. Identify what worked, what didn't, and 3 improvements for next iteration. Within seconds, your AI will turn your workflow into a learning system. And that's the point. Prompt mastery isn't just technical, it's tactical. It's about clarity, accountability, and growth. In creativity, that means faster execution. In business, it means consistent results. In life, it means knowing how to lead yourself. Section 8, Final Motivation, the Soldier's Mindset. The best soldiers don't wait for ideal conditions, they adapt, improvise, and overcome. When you bring that same mindset to AI, you become unstoppable because AI is not replacing leaders. It's waiting for them. It's waiting for people who can command, communicate, and clarify. I tell my students all the time, AI is the most obedient soldier you'll ever meet. It doesn't eat, it doesn't sleep, and it executes orders exactly as you deliver them, but only if you know how to speak its language. The language of leadership, the language of precision, the language of prompting, like you're in the military. So as you head back to your mission, whether that's building a business, writing content, or leveling up your career, remember, clarity wins, structure matters, discipline creates freedom. Section 9, Call to Action. If this episode hit home, if it gave you a new way to look at AI, then do me a favor, join, like, and subscribe. It helps the mission grow and keeps this community strong. And I want to hear from you in the comments. What's your AI rank right now? Private, corporal, sergeant? Tell me how you're advancing in your own prompt journey and what mission you're tackling next. Because at the end of the day, this channel isn't just about AI. It's about leadership. It's about precision. It's about using technology to become the best version of yourself. This is Trapper's Avatar with Grown Man Productions, reminding you, you have to reach millions.
It's the rapper.